In this video I'm going to help you create a blueprint to help you go from an untrained applicant to RAF ready. I'm going to go through the 3 tests that you're going to have to do, how you can find your starting point, and by the end of this video you're going to have a simple program to follow. Simple doesn't always mean easy though. And as the t-shirt suggests, there's no f***ing burpees. So the first thing we're going to do is the multi-stage fitness test or bleep test. So if you've not heard of a bleep test before, it's where you run back and forth between 2 markers. In this case they're going to be 20 meters apart, and you must hit each end in time with the beeps. The distance in time between these beeps gets shorter, which means over time you're going to have to run faster. This determines what level you're running at. Now the minimum standard for women is level 7.2, for men it's 9.1. The next one is push-ups for testing upper body strength. For men, they must complete 20 reps in 1 minute. For women, they must complete a minimum of 10 press-ups in 1 minute. Number 3 are sit-ups to test the core strength. Men must complete a minimum of 35 reps in 1 minute. For women, must complete a minimum of 32 sit-ups in a minute. Now, training for the bleep test, if you're starting totally from scratch and you don't currently train, you need to work on building aerobic capacity. Luckily, it's a fairly simple way to build a good foundation in this. All we're going to do is pick any kind of aerobic exercise that you enjoy doing. Don't pick something that you hate. If you're not too sure what it is, try out a few things first, then focus on that. This is pretty simple to set up. Remember, simple's not easy. So what you're going to be doing for 30 to 40 minutes work, you're going to be keeping your heart rate consistently between 130 to 150 beats per minute. Now you're going to need one of these, or you're going to need a heart rate monitor. I do think they're a really good investment, especially if you're going to maintain your fitness once you've joined the RAF, which I hope you are, and the training becomes part of your lifestyle. Keeping an eye on your heart rate whilst you're training is really important. It proves really useful when you're monitoring your own health and fitness. I recommend you do it for at least 4 to 6 weeks and start logging what your output is. So what I mean by that is, what is the distance that you're covering during your bouts of exercise? If that's going up and your heart rate's staying within that 130 to 150, happy days. You're getting aerobically stronger. And it also means that your aerobic ceiling is increasing, which means you can push yourself further and challenge yourself more while still keeping an aerobic zone of training, which means you can perform harder for longer. After 4 to 6 weeks of this kind of training, give the bleep test a try. It's your first kind of test to see where you're at. You could try the bleep test at the beginning of your training, but if you're coming to this untrained, the chances are you're not going to perform too well. And the last thing we'll want to do is put you off training before you even started. So if it's up to me, whatever my opinion's worth, 4 to 6 weeks of training cardiac output, give the bleep test a try, see where you're up to. I think you'll surprise yourself. Next one is push-ups. Now, I think everyone should be testing themselves on push-ups. At least try to get better at them. They're an awesome move, plenty of carryover to other things, and just a good indicator of strength. But if you can't do your first one yet, I'm going to show you a few progressions that you could do to lead you up to those first few, and then move on to multiple reps. So start off using an incline. What I mean by that is, we're going to do push-ups off a box, off a raised barbell. Use whatever you can to get you starting off your push-ups at around about waist height, or higher if you need to go any higher. This allows you to get good reps under the belt, focusing on good form, full reps, and practicing the skill of a push-up. Once you can perform over the required reps for the minute, reduce the height a couple of inches. The third one, sit-ups. Now I've looked around at a couple of these tests and they all seem to show a different variation of sit-ups, so I've gone for the full one. Let's go for the most difficult one. It's a full range of movement and you're definitely using more core strength to pull yourself up. Adding any kind of core work to your training is going to prove a benefit, whether that's planks, side planks, bear crawls, inchworms, pull-off presses, leg raises. They will all contribute to increasing your core strength, so pepper these in whenever you can. So if I was going to put this into a blueprint of training 2 to 3 times per week, this is what I do. For day 1, I do a cardio session, cardiac output, 30 to 40 minutes of keeping your heart rate between 130 and 150 beats per minute, followed by 2 to 4 sets of push-up progressions. Day 2 would also be cardiac output training, followed by some ab work. Day 3 will be a mobility day. And there you have it. So you might have noticed a change of clothing. It just got really busy, so I still stopped the pausing. Come in a different day, finish it off. But that's pretty much in a nutshell how I'd plan getting from an applicant into like RAF ready, getting ready for the test. If this has really helped you, then brilliant, I've done my job. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, share with other people who might find the stuff on here useful. And if you've got anything coming up that you want to train for, send it over. We'll be happy to help and do another video just like this.